Your heart has been beating since before you took your first breath. 50, 60, 70 years without a single day off. But here is something most people never think about. The hours you spend sleeping are actually the most demanding hours your cardiovascular system faces after the age of 50. Not because sleep itself is dangerous, but because of what millions of people unknowingly do before they close their eyes. I want to be honest with you from the start. This is not about scaring you. Fear fades by morning. What I want to give you is understanding, because when you understand what is actually happening inside your body at night, the changes become obvious. They become easy, and they become permanent. Let's start with something you did today, probably without thinking twice. You ate dinner. Maybe it was late. Maybe it was heavy. And then a few hours later, you went to bed. Here is what happened inside your body while you slept. Your digestive system was still working hard, pulling blood flow away from your heart and brain to process that meal. Your blood pressure, which should naturally fall during sleep to give your heart a rest, stayed elevated instead. Your triglyceride levels spiked. And your arteries, which were supposed to be quietly repairing themselves overnight, were instead dealing with inflammation. A major study tracking over 100,000 adults found that people who regularly ate large late dinners had meaningfully higher rates of nighttime cardiac events. Your heart needs the night shift off. A lighter dinner before 8 gives it exactly that. Now here is one that surprises people. Water. Most adults over 50 deliberately drink less water in the evening because they do not want to wake up at night to use the bathroom. It sounds reasonable, but while you sleep, your body keeps losing water through breathing and perspiration. If you go to bed already slightly dehydrated, your blood thickens. Thick blood moves slowly. Slow-moving blood clots more easily. And at night, when your heart rate naturally slows and circulation decreases, even mild dehydration can reduce blood flow to the heart and brain enough to matter. Research published in the Journal of Cardiovascular Disease found that moderate dehydration raised the risk of nighttime cardiovascular events by over 60%. One glass of water an hour or two before bed, followed by a bathroom visit before you sleep, is genuinely protective. It is one of the simplest things you can do tonight. Let's talk about something in your bedroom that you have probably never connected to heart health. Temperature. When your room is too warm, your body works to release heat. Your heart rate rises, you sweat, and your blood pressure climbs. When it is too cold, your blood vessels constrict, vascular resistance increases, and your heart has to push harder against that resistance. For someone over 50 whose arteries have naturally lost some flexibility, that extra pressure matters more than it did at 30. Research from Harvard found that sleeping above 75 degrees Fahrenheit significantly raises nighttime cardiovascular stress. The sweet spot is between 65 and 70 degrees. This is not about comfort. This is your heart working less while you sleep. Now the one that affects tens of millions of people and goes undiagnosed for years. Sleep apnea. If someone has told you that you snore loudly, if you wake up with headaches, if you feel exhausted no matter how many hours you sleep, pay close attention. Sleep apnea causes your breathing to pause repeatedly throughout the night, sometimes dozens, sometimes hundreds of times. Each pause drops oxygen in your blood. Each oxygen drop triggers a stress response. Your heart rate surges. Your blood pressure spikes. Stress hormones flood your system. And then it happens again 20 minutes later. And again. Research consistently shows that untreated sleep apnea triples the risk of nighttime heart attack and significantly raises stroke risk. Sleeping on your side reduces the severity. But if you genuinely suspect this is happening, a sleep study is not optional. It is one of the most important medical conversations you can have. Finally, if you take medication for blood pressure, cholesterol, or clotting, the time you take it is not a minor detail. Blood pressure follows a 24-hour rhythm. In many adults over 50, pressure rises at night instead of falling, a condition called nocturnal hypertension. Studies published in the Lancet showed that taking blood pressure medication at night rather than morning reduced the risk of nighttime cardiac events by nearly half in certain patients. This is a conversation worth having with your doctor. Not next month. Soon. Here is what all of this comes down to. Your body has a system. A beautifully designed nighttime process where blood pressure falls, heart rate slows, arteries repair, and the brain clears waste accumulated during the day. Every habit we talked about interferes with that system, and every correction you make restores it. You do not need a dramatic overhaul. Eat a little earlier and lighter. Drink that glass of water. Check your bedroom temperature. Talk to your doctor about snoring and medication timing. These are small decisions. But at night, inside a body that has been running for 50 or 60 or 70 years, small decisions made consistently are what keep that heart beating through the night and into the morning. And that brings me to something I want to leave you with. Most people wait. They wait until a diagnosis forces them to change. They wait until a scare makes the habits feel real. But the people who protect their heart most effectively are the ones who act before anything goes wrong. You watched this entire video. That already tells me something about you. You are someone who takes their health seriously. You are someone who wants to be here, not just tomorrow, but for the years and the moments that matter most. The grandchildren, the mornings with coffee, the ordinary days that only feel ordinary until they are gone. None of the changes we talked about today require a prescription, a gym membership, or a major life disruption. They require only one thing: a decision made tonight, before you close your eyes. Your heart has never asked anything of you. It has simply kept going. Tonight, give it what it needs to keep doing exactly that.